Let's talk Brave One. I heard that the movie didn't get made unless you decided to be a part of this. Is that?
Oh, it could have been someone else. They could have decided to be a part of this.
No, but definitely once your name was attached, like Neil said that he was interested once you said that you wanted him.
Well, yeah, it was a long process because it was also about working on the script and developing the script and making it more meaningful, honestly. And then bringing Neil on to really do the final signature, and that was an enormous job, for him to really take this kind of beautiful idea of a script and just kind of bring it to the next level.
What was it about the change, like from the original to the final, that kind of the messages that were being told and by the end that you kind of attach yourself to?
I think one of the huge changes was turning her into a radio personality. What that gave us was a kind of tone of this lone voice in the night, who, when you have those earphones on and you're in that cage, it's like a vacuum where nothing else exists, and you hear your own voice sort of resonate, and it creates its own pacing and its own rhythm and its own loneliness, I think. And that was just, everything changed based on that, because then, that changes who her boss is, that changes her relationship with her man, it sort of changed everything.
Well, when I saw it, it felt like your job was to be an observer, and then you become a participant, in fact, an overcompensating participant by killing and stuff.
Yes. Well, that's sort of life affirmation, isn't it? I mean, that she's somebody who's damaged before the movie is. She says, I'm a voice, I'm not a face. And the body, he's her body. He plays basketball and he plays guitar and he's a nurse and he doesn't shave, and there's something so corporeal about him. And when he's taken away from her, she's only a ghost. She has no body left. And the gun in her pocket materializes her in that instant. It allows her to say, I live, you die. And that's horrible and monstrous, but it's also life-affirming and human.
Do you believe, there's a line in the film where it says anybody can be a killer. Do you believe that line, or is that just...
I do. I do, under certain circumstances, and I think we are naive and unself-knowledgeable to think that you couldn't. In the context of the movie, of course, it's about Rwanda, and about what people were made to do in Rwanda and how they survived that, and how they turned completely innocent people into killers. So it's a beautiful analogy, I think.
What is it about a Jodie Foster movie where people want to see you be placed in a situation where it's kind of you're in over your head, but then you kind of figure out a way to get out of it? I mean, are you living like a fantasy life because your own life in real is just a normal, everyday kind of thing? Are you kind of?
It must. I'm sure it's a fantasy. I'm sure. Like it does allow you to come to terms with things that you might be afraid of, and to be the one who survives. And I guess I wonder in my life, would I survive it? Would I survive it? Would I come out okay? Would I change, and how would I change? So it's a way for me to vicariously find that out without actually having to live it in life.
Do you find yourself more fearless after you had children, or through the process of making films and stuff? Like, which one is kind of the more empowering, or are they all empowering, or I don't know how?
I would say you become much more fearful when you do have kids, because you worry about the future, you worry about them, and I wake up in the middle of the night and worry about whether they're going to go to college or not, or if they're going to fall out of bed, or whether they're going to get sunburned and get skin cancer. I mean, whether I'm going to lose them at a parade. I mean, all those things that you can't shut off. You cannot shut off. When you were 21, you went on roller coasters. You did bungee jumping. I mean, you didn't care, right, for your own well-being. Yeah, it is a different experience having a kid, and I do think that the movie making does allow you to kind of have this empowering solitary experience. And when you have kids, it's hard to be alone. They're there all the time.
It's really nice to see you in film, so thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Nice talking to you.
Take care, Steve.
Thank you.
All right.